Pokemon Go has released the details for their Pokemon GO Holidays 2021 event. In this video, I'm going to go through the event details with you and highlight things that I feel are pretty relevant to keep your eye out for when it comes to getting ahead in PvP in Pokemon Go, and a little coin tossed to the raiders out there as well. Without further ado, let's get into it. So starting out, the full event period is December 16th to the 31st. And it's going to be a two-part event, which seems to be the norm in Pokemon Go events lately. So the first portion is going to be the 16th to the 23rd, and then the second portion is going to be the 23rd to the 31st. First thing to note is that there's going to be the Holiday Cup again in Pokemon Go, which is a limited format. One thing that's kind of interesting is that the Great League ends on the 13th and the Ultra League begins then, but the Holiday Cup won't be starting until the 16th, so there will be about a 3-day period where you might just have to play some Ultra League PvP, right? But yeah, Holiday Cup. I will be doing a Holiday Cup simplified video in the near future. One Pokemon that seems to be a staple or really good pick for this cup is going to be Vigoroth. It isn't too different from the Holiday Cup we had last year, but there are some interesting newcomers, such as my son Dedenne, who does look pretty spicy for the Holiday Cup as well. So if you want more information on the Holiday Cup, make sure to subscribe to SwagTips. I will have that simplified guide out before Holiday Cup. And for ongoing event bonuses, we can open up to 45 gifts per day, and we can hold up to 40 gifts, so a good time to get some extra Stardust and Pokeballs and stuff. Pokemon Go Rocket Grunts are going to have more Water and Ice-type Pokemon, which isn't the most exciting thing in the world, because I feel like a lot of the Shadow, Ice, and Water-type Pokemon are a little lackluster. But if you are missing like a Shadow Abomasnow or a Shadow Swampert, for instance, or something from the Poliwag family, then this could be a good opportunity to have increased odds of getting that. And then Mega Abomasnow is going to have a CP boost, which doesn't matter if you're not into Mega Pokemon at all. We're also going to have holiday-themed costumed Pokemon. A lot of these costume Pokemon do appear to be repeats, but the Holiday Glaceon does look pretty fun. It's got this cute little cape, so if you get a good IV one, that could be a cute Pokemon to flex in raid battles. Like, look at me, I got the Glaceon with the cute little cape. But aside from that, nothing too interesting here. They got new avatar items, which, I don't know, they're in the shop. It doesn't appear like they're going to be free, so available for purchase. I don't know. Here they have some special boxes too available for purchase. They say that it costs so many Pokecoins, but I don't know. I'm a little curious. Are there going to be different prices for these special bundles, or are we all going to have the same price? Are they going to do a little wacky experiment behind our backs again? Hard to say. But I'm still F2P in this game, so kind of whatever. Then we move on to part 1 of the event. These are going to be the special wild encounters for Pokemon Go Holidays Part 1. And when it comes to the general pool, nothing too interesting here. Snorunt's kind of nice if you don't have a high stat product Frostlass, so like the 0 attack, high defense, high HP type Frostlass. I think that could be a good time to have increased odds for the Snorunt. I feel like when it comes to Frostlass, you really do want to have the bulkiest Frostlass you can for Great League PvP. But for other aspects of the game, the general pool, not that exciting. What is pretty exciting, though, is that Alolan Sandshrew is going to be available in the wild, which means that you aren't stuck having to trade to get a lower attack stat for your Alolan Sandslash. So I think that is a pretty nice perk, a good opportunity to maybe get a higher stat product Alolan Sandslash. Not that it performs so much better with a higher stat product, but in the absence of knowing the important breakpoints and stuff like that, extra bulk is always extra bulk, am I right? And this is also a good opportunity to get some extra XL candy if you are working on a XL Alolan Sandslash for Ultra League or an XL Alolan Sandshrew for Great League. And I'd say XL Alolan Sandshrew in Great League is pretty nice, so I'd probably put my XL candies towards that. Then when it comes to the raid pool, nothing super interesting here either. Kyurem is kind of a dudder when it comes to raids and PvP. I believe it does share the candy pool with the black and white Kyurem, so that is interesting because we're all assuming the end of the season of Heritage, or at some point during the season of Heritage, they're going to release the black and white Kyurem, which is really powerful, possibly for Master League and definitely for raids. So a good opportunity to get some extra candy for that. But I really don't like going out and coordinating for 5-star raids that much. It's a little bit too time consuming, and Kyurem really isn't all that exciting for it. If I were to be doing raids, personally, I'd be focusing on the Alolan Sandshrews, just because get that XL candy for the Ultra League or the Great League. I do think Great League Alolan Sandshrew XL is pretty powerful, so not spending money on this, but for my free passes, yeah, I can solo a Sandshrew. Then we also got the cute Holiday Glaceon, so if you don't find one in the wild, this could be a good opportunity to pick one up. When it comes to the research task encounters, nothing terribly interesting here either. Then we do have the December Community Day starting on the 18th, which features numerous Pokemon. If you want to know which Pokemon are going to be good for this Community Day, it's like a culmination type Community Day, so Pokemon from the Community Days, I think from the past 2 years, are going to be available. I did a nice, interesting tier list on those Pokemon. Link up above in the description if you want to check it out. And leading up to the event, I will be doing a deep dive on one of the Pokemon that are featured for this, and I will be doing more content about the cool exclusive moves and how good they are for PvP as well. So make sure to subscribe for that. But yeah, good reminder for me to get on that and finish that content. Then we have the Pokemon GO Holidays Part 2, which includes a really huge debut. We got Bergmite and Avalugg. And Avalugg is going to be insane. I do want to do a dedicated, Avalugg hype video in the near future because this thing is pretty hype. Why is it so hype? Well, it's got Ice Fang for a fast move, which isn't that exciting, kind of a weak fast move. But it is a very, very tanky Pokemon, and it has access to Body Slam, Crunch, Avalanche, and Earthquake. So even though the fast move is a little bit lackluster, this thing is going to have really good stat product, and it's got 4 fantastic charge moves to choose from, so I think Avalugg is going to make a really heavy splash in the meta. Doing some basic simulations already, it's not looking that hot for the Great League, more of like a cup Pokemon for the Great League, but I think this will be a dominating force when it comes to Ultra League formats, and it even has some really big swagger in the Master League as well. For example, for the Master League Premier Cup Classic, it's able to beat Sylveon and Togekiss. It's able to beat both Waterfall, Dragon Tail, and Dragon Breath Gyarados. It's able to overcome Excadrill and Mamoswine. So that's like almost the entirety of the Master League Premier Cup Classic meta right there, and it's pretty good in the Open Master League too. So Avalugg is a huge deal. Really big debut here. Hopefully it's not locked to just December spawns. Hopefully it'll keep spawning after the holiday events, because this thing you're going to want to get for sure. All 3 leagues, no doubt. During part 2, I guess you'll get a free incubator as well for spinning a Pokestop each day. So there'll be a good incentive for me to not forget to spin the Pokestop for sure. Then we got some mini events as well. Delibird, it's going to be part of that. Then we also have a collection challenge event here as well. And who's featured here but Galarian Mr. Mime. Now, if you don't remember, Galarian Mr. Mime was a bit of a point of controversy last year because they paywalled it for $8 USD, which a lot of people felt was a bit unacceptable just for a Galarian Mr. Mime event. Kind of a joke, kind of shady from Niantic, trying to milk people of their money for a exclusive early access to a Pokemon that isn't even all that interesting. Would it be better if it was meta relevant though? I think that'd kind of make it worse, to be honest. At any rate, no disrespect to people who spent their money on the Galarian Mr. Mime event. It's up to you how you spend your money, but kind of shady on Niantic's end, and kind of nice that we're all getting access to it now a whole year later. Then when it comes to the wild encounters, once again, nothing too interesting here aside from Snorunt if you don't have the high stat product Frostlass yet. We are getting Alolan Sandshrew replaced with Alolan Vulpix, so once again, good opportunity to get a high stat product Alolan Vulpix without trading. This is a Pokemon that can benefit quite a bit from having bulkier stats in the Great League, and it also has some performance in the Ultra League as the XL version as well. And I think the best stat product XL version of Alolan Ninetales has like a 7 attack IV, so once again, could be a nice way to get that lower attack stat for PvP. But not as hype as Alolan Sandshrew, in my opinion. And then we also have Bergmite in the wild. And yeah, Bergmite is going to be insane. So definitely going to want to be hunting this thing. I really hope that, 3 Pokemon being in the rare encounters doesn't push Bergmite's spawn chances down too low. Then when it comes to the raid pool for the part 2 of the event, nothing too interesting changing here. We got Alolan Vulpix instead of Alolan Sandshrew, so less hype. But hey, you get that XL candy chance. And then we got Holiday Glaceon, looking cute with that cape. One thing I think is kind of interesting here is that they didn't include Bergmite in the raid pool. You'd think they'd want to cash in on such a powerful, meta-relevant Pokemon, but that does not appear to be the case, which is a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. Because it's not just raid exclusive, I don't think it'd be scummy of them to put it into raids and get some money off of that. If it wasn't available in the spawn pool, then that would be kind of a scumbag move by Niantic. But not including it altogether is also kind of a bummer too, because if you just can't hunt this thing down in the dead of winter, I live in Wisconsin, so it's going to be pretty cold outside. It'd be nice if I had a warmer way of obtaining Bergmites, but I guess that's not the case here, this year at least. Then when it comes to the egg pool, we are getting a free incubator each day of the second part of the event. So using those exclusively for 7cam eggs could be a good idea, so you could increase your odds of getting Bergmites and Bergmite candies, because Bergmite's a pretty big deal. But they don't publish the odds of hatching any one Pokemon from their eggs, so I really don't advise spending any money on incubators. Use them free ones, and use them well. Bergmite is here, and it's a pretty big deal. And then when it comes to research task encounters, the only thing that really excites me here, once again, is the Alolan Sandshrew. So that's all I gotta say for the Pokemon GO Holidays 2021 event here. If you have any questions on the content, of course, comment below, let me know what's up, and I'll be happy to help you out. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe to SwagTips. I'd also like to give a special shout out to these Patreon supporters. If you want to support Swagman on Patreon, link in the description. If I were to be doing raids personally, I'd probably be focusing on doing Alolan